Pocket Welder Helper here. Let's run through 10 API 1104 practice questions to sharpen your cert prep. Question 1. The primary danger of welding on an in-service natural gas pipeline is A. The pipe is too hard to weld. B. Burn-through of the pipe wall due to thin walls, internal pressure, and flowing gas, potentially causing ignition. C. The gas contaminates the electrode. Or D. The pipe can't maintain preheat. Question 2. Under API 1104, for pipe wall thickness between 1/2 and 3/4 inch, what's the maximum acceptable length for an individual elongated slag inclusion? A. 1/4 inch, B. 1/2 inch, C. 3/4 inch, or D. 1 inch. Question 3. Under API 1104, a procedure qualification record must be made when A. A new welder joins the company, B. A new welding procedure specification is developed and the test welds and results are documented, C. Any pipeline weld fails inspection, or D. A new brand of electrode is purchased. Question 4. Under API 1104, Section 11, automated ultrasonic testing may be used as an alternative to radiography if A. The pipeline owner requests it in writing, B. The AUT system and procedure are specifically qualified per Appendix B, demonstrating capability to detect and size relevant flaws in the specific pipe geometry and material, C. AUT is never permitted as an RT alternative under API 1104, or D. Any UT system meeting basic ASME calibration requirements is acceptable. Question 5. Under API 1104, what's the maximum diameter of a single rounded indication allowable for pipe with a wall thickness of 3/8 inch? A. 1/16 inch, B. 3/32 inch, C. 1/8 inch, or D. 3/16 inch. Question 6. API 1104 defines girth welds as distinct from seam welds because A. Girth welds connect pipe of different diameters. B. Girth welds are circumferential butt welds joining pipe sections end to end, while seam welds are longitudinal welds along the pipe body from manufacturing. C. Girth welds are made in the field, and seam welds are shop only. Or D. There's no practical distinction. The terms are interchangeable. Question 7. API 1104 is primarily used for welding qualification on A. Structural steel buildings, B. Pressure vessels, C. Oil and gas transmission pipelines, or D. Boilers and heat exchangers. Question 8. Under API 1104, what is a sleeve repair and when is it used? A. A special electrode sleeve used for pipe root passes. B. A steel cylinder welded over a defective area of in-service pipe to reinforce or seal the defect without removing the pipe from service. C. A repair method for internal pipe corrosion, or D. A weld repair on sleeve bearings in pipeline pumps? Question 9. Why are cellulosic high-hydrogen electrodes like E6010 prohibited on crack-sensitive high-strength pipe steels like X70 and X80? A. They produce too much spatter. B. Their high hydrogen content increases the risk of hydrogen-induced cracking in high-strength HAZ microstructures. C. They can't achieve adequate fusion on thick wall pipe. Or D. They're not rated to the required tensile strength. Question 10. Under API 1104, inadequate penetration in the weld root area without high-low misalignment is acceptable only if A. It occurs in less than 25% of the weld circumference. B. Individual length is 1 inch or less, and aggregate doesn't exceed 1 inch in any 12 inches of weld. C. It's not visible on the radiograph. Or D. It's rejected outright. Zero tolerance for IP under API 1104. Download Pocket Welder Helper free on iOS and Android and run through hundreds more API 1104 practice questions whenever you've got a few minutes.